Nope. Nope. Now.
Last week on the campaign, Huck and Mort are approaching the collapsing rift. They see much mayhem, 3 huge demons peeking out over the rift. Meanwhile, Derek and Rexa over in the temple to Ogma became aware of crowds forcing their way into the temple. Derek learns that the book World Ender is a manual for creating a large bomb. The human and half-orc go to see what the commotion is. A priest tells them it's madness out there. Rexa excitedly pushes her way out the door. They head out. They have a conversation. They see a huge cone of sleet and ice blasting one of the things. They see a person floating up in the sky, a lady in robe. They decide to go back into the temple and study the book some more. Meanwhile, one of the beasts is coming out, starts to fly. It sees Huckleberry, heads toward him. Mort is encouraging everybody to run. Instead, Huck scorching rays it. Let's see. Huck winds up getting into a skirmish with the demon and ultimately chooses to run away while it is distracted by the woman up in the sky attacking it. And perhaps he heard Charlie tell him to get out of there. They see smaller creatures emerging. They start running. As they get close to the temple district, they came across a lame old beggar attempting to flee slowly. Huck has a conversation with him, and Mort catches up. They have another conversation about what I wrote was causality, so why not? Mort tells the bear to hide. Mort tells the beggar to hide, and he goes to try and distract the demons. Mort runs down a side street. The demons fly after him, but Huckleberry blasts one of them. A fight ensues in which we defeat them and learn that they were clockwork. Let's see. As we head off, we immediately run into Lady Machina. She looks over the remains, questions Huckleberry. She tells us to follow us. We go to the Temple of Dogma. She makes everyone get out of her way, and we follow her up into the room where Rexa and Derek were. On the way, Huckleberry notices that many of the statuary is coming to life. She tells us that we have to go. This is not the fight we are meant for today. We go through a portal and find ourselves in the ruins of a temple. In every direction, we see an overgrown city. About 500 feet ahead, there's a glowing dome, which would be more reassuring for not the fact that it looks like there's several outer layers of shattered dome around it. It's snowing very badly. There's lots of lightning arcing to the ground. There's some many small things buzzing around the dome, and there's another giant demon fellow flashing on the dome. The best joke of the night came from Andy when he said halflings always get the short end of the stick. And with a looks like it's our day to die, Rexa runs into combat. We proceed, although most of the party went down. We managed to defeat the monster. Then Derek and Rexa touched penises and became the new dome, thus keeping the end of the world at bay until the next time. Mort and Huck share a few plans, settle into the ruins of a small temple, and are surprised to see Huckleberry's old friend Rosebud appear. They have a brief conversation. Huck gives Rosebud Pain the ethereal dagger, and everybody settles down for the night. That's what happened last week on the campaign.
What's going to happen this week?
Rexa does not have a deck.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
So anyhow, given that information, does Rosebud kill the other two in the night and
take off with all the stuff?
Exactly.
Oh yeah. No.
Okay. Then I guess you wake up and go from there.
Yeah. That's gonna happen.
All right. Huckleberry rolls himself around, kind of pats himself down. Remember, they didn't walk out of the rusty bucket with a flask of ale this morning. Looks a little dejected.
Mm-hmm. Hang on a second, guys.
Okay. We are headed to Neverwinter, right? Isn't that the overriding plan right now? Corey?
What happened?
We are planning on going to Neverwinter today, right?
I would really like to. I would like to see if I can find
Okay.
an animal, and then I would like to go to Neverwinter because he's
Terry.
how elusive with Skyfall. So
Yeah, I wish I could have found. I don't see him in my notes anywhere to have the name of the kid.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Not dedicated enough to go back and listen to the episode again. Boy, that was a weird phase of the game when it was Mavis. You were just coming in as the Star? Is that her name? I don't remember.
Who?
Yes. The very
Your characters. Your other character after Rosebud.
Star.
That was Star. Okay.
Starcroft. Yeah.
Really? That's funny.
So what are we doing?
Sorry about it. I'm back.
Oh,
Carry on.
So Huckleberry gets up in the morning and he's dejected because he doesn't have any ale, and he looks over and maybe Mort's awake. Is Mort awake?
Yeah, Mort's
Mort's
wide
awake.
awake.
Is Rosebud in the room with us, or is she out like walking around patrolling?
she's out looking around.
Okay, then Huck's going to say to Mort softly in the hopes of not being overheard. So this Rosebud and I, we traveled together for quite some time. We're a friend. I find it very strange that she's back. But last night, I strongly protested going back to Neverwinter. I wanted to carry on and let's go somewhere new. But it would probably be best if we went back and checked on our friends and our not so friends.
Why are we looking for the not so friends?
Oh, we don't love everyone now, do we?
We don't what?
We don't love everyone now, do we?
Right, but why are we looking for them?
Well, we're looking out in case we run into them and we don't have to.
Fair enough, I suppose. You go ahead and run into them. I'll just put them all together. I'm not sure exactly who we're talking about, but
Well, you tell me you're not a big fan of Jay, for example.
I mean, he's not bad. It's just not what I want to do with the rest of my life.
What do you want to do with the rest of your little short life?
Is that a short joke?
Yep.
No, it's a longevity joke.
All right, I'll let that one go. Honestly,
He'll overlook that. Sorry.
Haha.
honestly, I hadn't given it that much thought. I mean, honestly, for the last couple of years, it's just been a situation of living moment to moment.
Right. Remind me, why is it that you are so tied up in the Thieves Guild? Tied up with them or for them? Or
Right. So, a couple of years ago, I was at home. Everything was normal. I had to go into town. Honestly, I barely remember what it was for anymore. I think it was a plow. But so, got some money, went into town, got the plow, came back, and everyone was gone. Couldn't find any trace of them. They just had vanished. I mean, everything, all of their things were still there, but nobody, no trace of anybody, just gone. I waited around for a few days. It didn't seem like there was really any point in staying. The only place I could think to even start to look for them was Neverwinter,
right.
which is not the friendliest of towns.
No.
So after kicking around I had a little bit of money still. I managed to scrape out from home, but once I got to Neverwinter, that only lasted me a week, 2 weeks. After that, you know, start doing what you have to survive. I guess I caught the attention of the Thieves Guild. They kind of took me in, but it was never really something that I wanted to do. I mean, they kept me
So
around.
you're not indentured then.
And right then, Rosebud barrels into the tent. She's been standing right outside the door of the tent the whole time, listening to your whole thing, and busts in and goes, "He talks a lot."
Huckabus?
We're not in a tent.
No, the other guy, Huckabus. But yeah, we know you talk a lot. So now we got two guys that talk a lot.
Have you had your morning cup of coffee?
I've had like 4.
I thought as much.
Mm-hmm. What
So, Mort,
what is going on in here?
we're trying to establish who you are. Mort, so you're not indentured to the actual Thieves Guild, yeah?
Not as such, but it's a little hard to. I mean, they don't own me, but I mean, they kind of do. There's no. As far as I
How
know,
can it own you? That doesn't make any sense.
well, they essentially kept me alive, so I kind of owe them for that.
You feel an obligation.
I don't know that they've ever told me the exact price of that obligation, but yeah, there's some indebtedness there.
Okay. Well, listen, Rosebud, last night I was protesting going back to Neverwinter. I thought it would be much more fun to... What?
What?
I thought it would be much more fun to cross the mountains and see what's on the other side. Honestly, part of that was I was going in search of your father.
I'd love to see my father. You said something about that last night. Do you know where he is?
Yeah, as far as we know, he's in the city of Mleh, Mleh, Mleh. I don't remember the name off the top of my
Okay,
head.
yeah.
But
Hallofaust.
Thank you. He's in the town of Hallofaust, which is across the mountains. But listen, you wanted to go to Neverwinter. It's
Yeah, so I want to
possible
go see if I can get the cat back, man. Where'd you leave her?
Skyfall, she's staying with the druid.
The
Actually,
druid.
well, you might not remember, and this might complicate things.
Why?
Oh, that's why then. Well, after you met your sad end with the Manticore,
Yeah, that was interesting.
well, we took Skyfall, and we met with a very nice druid who gave us a few clues about some other things we were looking for at the time. And she managed to take care of the little human child Sophie was so enamored by that we rescued when you were, shall we say, eaten?
Yeah, I got eaten.
Okay, so that's, as far as I know, that is where the Rosebud is. In fact, I saw her, several days ago. She bounced on me and she remembered me. But here's the thing, the little girl and Skyfall may well have bonded.
They reminded that she won't come with me.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we burn it.
Do you want to know? Do you want what I've been wanting recently though? Since I went to the other side of that screen, it's so weird. It's like it doesn't look any different on either side, but it's there.
What's that?
Being on the other side with Sylvanus and the upside down. No, I won't do that. Yeah, no, yeah, it's it seems like a day seems like 1,000 days. It's awesome.
All
You
right.
get so much accomplished.
So what did you want?
I wanted to learn how to be a better me.
Ah, well, that's a lifetime experience for everyone to try to strive for.
How long was I
You
gone
feel-
for?
Do you feel like you have
What?
become a better you?
little bit.
Well, then what I'm thinking is, if we get there and Skyfall wants to stay with this child, what are you going to do?
I got some ideas. Uh-oh. I since being with Sylvanus over there, they have these lovely wolf fighters that I know are here also here in this plane. Is I would love to find one of those. I was friends with one over on the other side.
So, is it not important for you to go see Skyfall then?
Oh, I would definitely want to go find out.
Well then, friends, shall we try and set off? DM, can we, when we go outside, is it easy to discern direction?
Yeah, because I'm a natural explorer, of course. I know exactly where I am.
Right. You don't know exactly where you are. You've never been here before.
Well, I'll know which way is like north and stuff like that.
Then, oh, okay. Well, very good. He's going to turn to you and say, which way do you think Neverwinter is?
Well, this way. She starts walking.
All right. As we start to walk, the forest. Do you have the thing where we get to move well in forests?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we're just traipsing along on foot in the forest.
Yeah, we can't become lost except by magical. Difficult terrain doesn't slow our group's travel. Even when you're engaged with another activity while traveling, you can do some foraging, and I can remain alert still.
I've always struggled with and you can't get lost. If you've never been there and don't have a map, yeah, that one's always bugged me. I've never wrapped my little noodle around.
I would say by definition, you didn't get lost. You just are lost. Two very different things.
Well,
I love it.
all right, so as we're walking along, if we're continuing to have a conversation, Huck's keeping an eye out. He's looking out to see if he sees anything that would remind him of anything to do with the Fae.
All right, so let's start with Rosebud giving me a survival check.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Back with the Rosebud dice. Ooh, that's awful. That is a 10.
That's a great start, Corey.
Yeah, it's awful. I told you I rolled a 5 on the die. I can't help it.
Okay. Yes, Huckabus. This forest seems, as you've learned, excuse me, seems more lush and vibrant than what you're akin to. So you could well be elsewhere.
Me and Feywild.
Yep.
Huckabus is going to mention that. Like, Mort,
Oh, no.
were you with us? Mort, were you with us when we were in Nowhere?
Is that where you found that one demon you kept trying to compare everything to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
not.
Oh, okay. Then
I remember
Huck.
the comparisons.
Yeah. So Huckabus says, so my friends, I think we're not in Kansas anymore. I believe we're in the Feywild. We need to keep our eyes very open. It's a dangerous place.
Wait now?
Would
Yeah.
ours should be open? I'm walking around with my eyes closed the entire time.
Oh, stop it. The Mort. Wait, what did you... Where are we?
The Feywild.
How did we get to the Feywild?
Well, I don't understand how you got there, but this goddess transported me and Morton, the half-orc and the human. And so, yeah, I fundamentally...
Are they friendly?
Well, some people are friendly.
Well, where's Where's the people that run this Feywild?
I don't know that I want to meet them. Huckabus is going to start inspecting his baby rattle. Is that handle still metal?
Yes, it is.
Sleek metal, as I recall the description. Are there any inscriptions in that sleek metal? Any engravings?
No, it is preternaturally smooth.
No gears. Got it. Does it feel super smooth? Like if he inadvertently slings it, it might fall out of his hand or something?
If he wasn't paying attention, it could theoretically happen. But now that he's noticed it, it's probably fine.
Yes. So
Well, hang on a sec. Let me clarify. I think you were asking a slightly different question than the words that you used. The handle itself, very
yes.
smooth. But if you look up the handle towards the rattle part, the bottom, like the rattle appears to be connected via a gear. Like a gear between,
Okay. Huckabus rattles it a little. Does it sound the same?
Yes, it does.
He starts and he says, "Hang on just a minute, friends." And softly he's shaking. He's going, "Hey, Lady Machina, you around?"
You get no response.
Okay. He shrugs and we continue walking. After a while, he's going to stop. We'll talk about it. That's the goddess that got us into this mess.
Oh yeah, that's the one that Sylvanus was talking about. She was here, right? She went through the thing with the big good lady and the other guy.
Okay.
Right? I was there. You were there. What are you talking about?
I didn't. Rosebud was there. Oh, sorry. No, actually, I didn't know Rosebud was there at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you came through as a ghost, didn't it?
Right.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, that was Lady Machina, and if we continue walking for a while, after a bit, he's going to stop the party and say, "Can I try something else real quick?" And while shaking that rattle, real soft under his breath, he says, "Lantham, you round?"
Who?
Lantham?
That Sophie's guy?
Wasn't it?
I'm not saying it wasn't. You would remember better than I.
That's what I'm trying for, yeah.
Your rattle, you shake it a bit, and then it turns like a quarter turn, the head of it.
Ugh.
It's like, well, hello there. Didn't expect to hear from you.
Can we all hear that, or is it just him?
Just him.
Well,
Okay.
I thought I might just reach out and see how you're doing.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a friend of mine, Rosebud.
I'm doing quite fine. How about you?
Oh, well, I've got a little conundrums that I was wondering you could help me with.
Oh, we could probably make an arrangement.
Yeah. I seem to be stuck in the same file.
Oh, lucky you.
Well, I have business elsewhere, and I thought that I might be able to get back to Neverwinter.
Why would you want to go back there? You've got run of the Feywild.
Say that one more time, Ken.
Why would you want to go back there? You've got run of the Feywild.
Every time I've been here, things haven't always worked out swimmingly.
You probably just don't know the right people.
Aye, that's probably true. All right, then. Well, thanks for the conversation. I hope to speak to you again sometime.
The same.
All right. Is there something Huckabus can do for you?
Oh, there's always things Huckabus could do for me.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you could turn around and undo that travesty that just happened yesterday. So much work wasted. But no matter. We'll just start over.
Huckabus just realized he's being played. And has been for like the last year in these sessions. This is the moment that if we were at a live table, I'd stand up and applaud vigorously and go, "Yeah, DM, yeah." With that,
I mean, I could work with all three of you. You know.
I tell you what. Let me discuss it with my friends, and I'll try and contact you again later.
Well, I tell you what. You discuss with your friends. Be sure to tell Mort that I can get him out of his little situation.
Okay.
And you tell Rosebud that first of all, glad she's back. And secondly, I can help her find lots of things.
Wait.
All right.
What? Sorry. Corey hears this.
Okay. And then the line goes dead, Carl. Up.
All right. Huckavis visibly shudders and says, "We should continue on, Bud."
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, was it not good news?
Huckavis learned some things that makes him question his place in this world, as is often the case when Huckavis with beings like that.
I don't understand. Yeah, where are we?
There's the Feywild.
So whatever you were talking to made you question your place in the Feywild?
Think of it as a bigger question than that. But yes, I'm questioning my place in the Feywild also.
Well, can you get us out of here? You were talking about that.
Perhaps that's a deal Huckavis does not want to make.
Okay.
Shall we walk onward, see what we see? We may be here a while.
Okay.
You sound confused,
Sure.
my dear friend.
No, we're just gonna walk on. That's fine. And she runs up to you really close. It pulls up your. Now, do you have a shirt and pants thing on, or is it all one piece?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Your ensemble. Does it have a break of shirt and pants,
Or are you wearing a pantsuit?
or is it all one thing?
It is fluffy pants, slim pants, fluffy shirt. He's got a heavy cloak because it's cold as hell. He's got a heavy cloak wrapped closely around himself.
Right. But she's gonna walk up to you and look in, and know that you now look like a candy cane, and wants to look at your side and go, "Wow, that is just so cool."
Yeah.
How did that happen to you?
Wait, what are you looking at?
Your candy stripes.
Oh, okay. You can really just see him on my face because, again, bundled.
Not Rosebud. She's just moving her clothes out of the way and looking.
Oh.
Remember? She's a little forceful.
Huck doesn't necessarily stop her, but once she's done that, he picks her up by the scruff of her neck and screams out, "Master Blaster!" and puts you on his shoulders.
Okay. She's not bad. Continue.
We continue.
Wait, are you guys walking off and making the other short person walk by himself?
Not walking off. You're welcome to join us.
All right. Can I try and climb up on his shoulders?
You can try.
I don't know. It's not that much room up here, Mort. Sorry, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
He can climb on Rosebud's shoulders.
There you go. We'll do some acrobatic crap. Let's go.
Faster, Master Blaster.
Faster, Master Blaster. That's a good
Master
one.
Blaster disaster, more likely, I guess.
Yes,
Probably.
the rules of D&D, you just broke Huckavis's neck. Exceeded his weight capacity, I should say. But
I don't know
it's
what
fun. Huckavis does not seem to resent the fact that there's a gnome perched on top of a halfling upon him.
Other way. Halfling's on top of the gnome.
Oh, that makes no sense.
Well, 'cause the
Yeah,
gnome
that
was
is
up there.
that is not happening. So
All right, so I want,
to push you off as you try to climb
want,
up.
I want both Rosebud and Mort to give me reflex saves.
Acrobatics or athletics. Actually, it's the same
Reflex.
for me.
Reflex saves.
That's not a thing. I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean.
Dex save. Dex save. Sorry.
It's a 13 more.
It's a 12 from Rosebud.
All right, so Mort has the position. So, Rosebud, you'll have to either accept the pecking order or upset the apple cart. Your call.
Well, hey Mort.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about I stand on one shoulder?
No, you're in my fucking way. Is what the idea is.
What?
Yeah, you can hear me, right? Hey, bro. Hey, big guy. Big guy.
Huckabee stops and says, "Oh, both of you down. Come on."
Really?
Yeah. All in fun.
It'll be quicker if you just carry both of us.
I'm not a pack mule. More.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You can go ride him if you want for a while.
He's made sure that you're both on the ground and he's walking off.
Wait, what was that?
He walked off from us. See, he walked away. That's what that was.
He doesn't get too far before he realizes the ranger should be in lead.
And then the ranger looks up at you and goes, where are you going?
I don't know. You're the one that has the direction sense.
Well,
Lead
let's
on.
go. Did I start walking?
Yep.
Huck and Rosebud, both of you make me survival checks.
That's the one I wanted. That's unnatural 20. 15 plus 5.
Twelve plus 2.
15.
All right, so Rosebud notices, and then Huck kind of analyzes. The foliage is still different than what you're used to, but it's become darker and more twisted.
Okay. I would like to take out pain and see what it looks like in the Feywild.
It is a burnt orange flame.
The burnt orange here? Oh, stink bug. Damn it. I hate these damn stink bugs. They just landed right here.
Just go ahead and eat it and be done with it.
I gotta get rid of it. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
What the hell's going on?
I got a stink bug.
Corey has a stink bug.
In real life.
Yes.
In real life,
Oh.
yeah. I'm flushing him down the toilet right now. Bye. Fucking stink bugs. Alright, keep going.
If I keep going, you mean continue playing or keep
Yes,
going
please.
deeper into the woods?
Deeper in the woods.
Continue playing.
So
I mean, excuse me, did I say deeper in the woods? I meant, of course, continue on to Neverwinter.
Yes.
well, yeah, we have to go through the woods, of course. As I guess if Rosebud is walking up with Huckabee, kind of scouting ahead, or just keeping an eye out ahead, can I practice being stealthy, just like hide behind trees and branches and stuff as we're going through?
So, luck as you go a few more feet in the direction of what you've noticed here. Your rattle shakes ever so slightly, and you hear in your mind that voice again. It says, "Good luck."
All right, thank you. He yells out.
All right.
You're welcome.
He turns to Rosebud, who's there. He first starts to say, "Well, I think we're out of it," but then he looks around and he says, "Where did Mort go?"
He was right behind, and she looks behind her. And where is he there?
Who are you asking?
Andy.
Andy.
I mean, I'm trying to hide.
Okay, well, we made the opening to the Feywild, back to Neverwinter, and you're hiding somewhere. That sucks. I mean, you get stuck in a Feywild?
Oh, he was following us. He was just trying to hide.
Oh, okay.
It's like behind a tree, just like looking at you guys.
Right.
It's weird. What are you doing?
I wonder where Mort went.
No, I see him. He's right over there. I point him out. He's behind a tree. They're probably doing some weird wave at us now.
I'll
Yeah.
actually walk off from the other side of the forest,
Yeah.
away
Alright.
from where the first was pointing.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Wait, what did you
When
guys
your little
find?
game of hide and seek is over,
Okay. I believe we're out of the Feywild now.
do you still have pain out?
Yes.
It's now an extremely dark gray, almost black.
The smoke coming off of it? Or like whatever.
It would be a good smoke color, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's flame, but
But it's not. Okay. And it was green when we were on the plane that we used to be on.
yep.
The plane that we would call our home plane. It's green.
Right.
Okay. Does she know that?
Not really. Huck might have pointed it out to you, but
Okay. We're not. Are we back at the right one?
what are you asking?
Huck.
Oh, I don't know. I tell you what, it didn't used to be that color.
What
Point.
color was it?
It was greenish.
Oh.
I got it out of I got it out of a mine, a magic thing in a mine, made it all magic-y. There you go.
Hmm.
Carl Voltaire.
Fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That sounds like a lot
So
of
you
fun.
go in the right direction?
Yeah.
All right, carry on.
It looks like what's around Neverwinter to me, but I remember kind of.
The other
Right.
two of you, having no outdoorsy skills at all, don't recognize this to be anything even remotely like what it
What it looks like on the way in.
It looked like outside of Neverwinter, having been there several times, in and out.
Okay.
Hmm.
I presume we carry on.
You go a little ways, and you can kind of you go up a little rise, and you can kind of see off in the distance, and perhaps a day ahead of you is this just rugged, wicked-looking mountain range.
Huckavus goes, huh. I don't think
Mountains.
that's Neverwinter.
No.
From
That's
Huck's
where I thought.
seeing a map, would he be able to make an educated guess what those mountains are?
Having seen a map of the area, the only mountains even close to that would be the spine of the world up there where your beer making friend.
Right.
Many arrows is up there too, yeah.
Side note: do we see anything resembling a road, or is it just wild land?
It's a rough wild land.
Oh boy. Huckavis looks at Rosebud expectantly.
Where did you take us?
Where did you take us? You're the ones that's been in the...
Well, I don't take anybody anywhere. I always seem to be taken places. But I don't. It's supposed to be green, you said?
The sword, the blade, yeah.
And she shakes it in her hand and says, "It's clearly not green right now."
I don't know what that means.
Well, it was orange in that last place we were. You didn't notice. Are you not paying attention here today, Huckness? Mort, what are you doing?
I've been paying attention to you leading us through a forest. You led us through a forest, and now...
I don't know what to do. What's over there? I don't know. Let's go. And I walked towards the mountain range.
No, wait.
What? I haven't seen any animals that are interesting around this area at all.
Right. Yeah.
Ken?
No.
No?
But just as that kind of comes to your mind, you've been distracted by playing Cirque du Soleil with the gnome.
Yeah.
And you realize that, and you stop and you kind of think, and you realize that you kind of got your foot up on a log.
Yeah.
As people often do, and you look down and kind of looking for signs of animals, and you realize that it's not a log at all. You're actually got your foot on like a rib bone. Anybody know what's going doodle-loop, doodle-loop, doodle-loop? Anybody else hear that? Oh, see.
No. I hear that. 2 clicks.
An exciting night. You're basically standing on I guess it would be a rib bone of what's probably was once about a 18-foot long snake-like creature.
But it's just a bone?
Just a bone.
Is it just the one bone, or are there a lot of them? Once we look around.
When you look around, you see most of the skeleton is there. I mean, a good bit of the ribs are broken, but
How big
they're
is
definitely there. It was probably 16, 18 feet long.
Wow. Huckavis is going to carefully walk kind of up and down the rib cage, looking at the ground to see if he sees anything interesting. Something it ate that then...
You do, as a matter of fact, find what looks to be the bones of a humanoid, perhaps 5.5, 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It has some tattered clothing, but nothing cool and neat that you might.
Nothing metal.
Right.
Nothing like the map by chance.
There are a few bits of metal, but they're like mundane, and they're pitted with acid a bit. There's like a buckle that was once attached to a belt, and
A button or something.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. kind of shrugs and says, "Anybody ever seen something this large before?"
Not in Neverwhere, that's for sure.
Absolutely not. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen.
Nice. He was going to say to Rosebud, "Well, listen, if this is the spine of the world, which direction you think we should go that's not towards the mountain? Is it still really cold, Ken?"
It is quite nippy here.
Nippy, right. Snowing?
Oh no, the snow has stopped. It stopped back when you dealt with the situation in at the dome.
I got you. Oh, the snow stopped back then. I thought it was still snowing.
No, my apologies. It is still cold, however.
It's still cold, though. Okay. When we walked out of the forest, did we notice an appreciable change in humidity?
No. I don't have my meteorological hat on right now. So.
That's okay.
What was the purpose of that question? I may change my answer.
Because if it was snowing in the forest and beforehand and super humid, and it's cold and dry here, that's further evidence that we've changed, not just walked out of a forest, but we've changed.
No, there was no huge difference like that. No.
Didn't get significantly colder, didn't get anything like that.
It is a bit colder, but at the same time, you've been traveling for quite a ways, so it conceivably.
Yeah.
Could be a bit colder.
How long has it been since breakfast?
I'm going to say it's nearing evening.
Oh, okay. With that, he's going to say, "Listen, I suggest we make camp here and set watches. It might get dark soon, and I don't know that we want to be out on that." And he's going to say open plain, pointing towards the mountains. Is there an open plain before the mountains, or is it?
It's like a Badlands, kind of a Dakotas kind of.
I understand. Yep. Yeah. So he suggested the bar.
Yeah, and she'll ask to take the first watch so she can just sleep all the way until we need to actually get up.
Yeah, that's fine. What? You good with that?
Yeah, I'll take the second watch.
Okay, I'll take last watch. And do we make a fire? Because it's going to be cold.
I would like a fire.
Yeah, it's the trade-off of if we make a fire, things can see us better, but it's going to be cold.
Also I can see then if there's a fire.
What's that?
So I can't see in the dark.
Right.
So if there's a fire, then I can see. The alternative is just to carry around a torch.
Which brings me to the DM. Any chance I got my magic torch back from Rexa before she turned into a dome?
I don't know. Did you?
I'm going to say yes.
Are you now?
Oh, it wasn't Rexa that had it. It was Derek.
Okay.
Can I still say yes? He was pretty pissed at me.
He was pretty pissed.
Pissed is an understatement of what he was.
Corey, I'm going to let you answer that question.
I would love him to have it back. It's supposed to be with us.
All right. So I guess you do.
Okay.
He threw it. You asked for it, and he threw it on the ground.
Yeah. That sounds pretty in character. He mentions to Mort that he still has that torch for when he needs it on his watch. If he needs it on his watch.
Yeah, that or I can just take a torch and if we've got a fire, I can just light it that way.
It's up to you if you want to use it. Hey, is the fire on the magic torch the same color it's always been?
Has it always been kind of a dark charcoal that sheds light, maybe 10 feet?
No.
Dim light?
No.
That's the answer to your question.
I see. I believe it was purpley, but I'm not positive about that.
Hey, Huck.
Yeah.
What happened to my stuff?
Your stuff? Good Lord, I don't even remember. I
Well,
wound
like
up
what
with-
happened to Rain, my boat? And
Yeah,
and where is
Manticore broke.
Manticore broke it?
Yeah, when we found it, it was broken.
Oh. What about the other dagger?
Oh, don't I have the other dagger?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or did you? We'll say yes.
It's not something I would have sold.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't have a bow
It's
on
just-
you, do you?
No, I don't have a bow at all.
That just occurred to me. He's going to say, look, if there's anything here I can help you with. And he hands you 16 exceptionally made arrows.
Okay.
And as I recall, one or more of those might have had something magic about it, but I don't remember. He says, I have these, and I have your other dagger. Joy. I haven't kept Joy around much. You might understand.
Thanks. She takes it.
He says, I
But
also
Rain's
have this
gone,
key.
huh?
And he pulls out a key, an iron key with a head shaped like an anvil that none of you have ever seen him have.
What? Okay. What is this, huh?
Oh, it's a key. I don't know what it's for. I got it in the mine.
Nice. Maybe that will come in handy one day.
That's why I keep it around. Anyway, shall we settle down for the night?
Thank you for my joy back.
Oh, I'm glad to deliver it. No problem. I wish I could give you your bow as well, but like I said, it's broken. All your mundane items are burnt. And any gems or golds that you had on you first to the party. You had a lot more gold and gems on you than I remember you today.
Yeah, it's something I used to do. I had a lot of money back then.
It was charming, but rather frustrating at times.
Sorry.
Nah.
So you know how Derek feels now?
Derek never asked me the right questions. Yes, I do, DM, God voice speaking in my head. Again, Huckabus says, well, with that, I'm going to settle down, waking up from my watch, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my watch and more. You're going to sleep, right?
Yeah. Were you gonna light that fire just for a little bit of warmth?
Yeah, we'll get that together. She goes over. Does this smoky fire create fire on my dagger? Because usually the other stuff would burn stuff, right?
You want to try it?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to set anything on fire. It is warm, though.
It's warmer.
It's warm, but it
Okay.
doesn't start a
Say
fire.
anything on fire. Okay.
But I suspect that's going to be handled in very short order.
Okay.
Right, Carl?
What's going to be fixed?
He's trying to start a fire.
Oh, Huckabus points, sorry. Huckabus points to the ground and says, let me help you out with that. Look what I can do. Poof, bonfire.
And she jumps back. I imagine the jump bonfire like goes over her shoulder and just like flings right in front of her, and she jumps back, does like a flip or something, and looks back up at you and goes, "Thanks, big guy."
Yeah,
I got
help me out.
stripes, and you make bonfires.
Yeah, do you want to see it bigger? I can make it bigger.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe in the morning. Probably not a good idea to start flashing heavy lights around as it's getting to be dark.
Now, is it just dark flame?
Yeah, does it look like a fire?
It looks like a regular fire. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stick paint in the fire for a second. Just part of it.
Okay.
What happens?
You didn't know this, but Huckabus does, and assuming you do this before everybody goes to bed.
Yeah.
You put it in, and Huck, where before, if you looked at it just right, you could see the words pain inside the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Once you put that in now in kind of this harsh red, blood red color, you can see the word pain.
Nice.
Same
Can I
word,
see
just
that
different
too?
color.
So exact same word, exact same writing, just a different color. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, if not, he's going to point it out to you.
Whoa.
Yes, well put, friend. I think we're in a precarious place, as is normal. It's nothing new.
So, I thought we were going back to Neverwinter.
I thought that was the plan, but you took us out of the forest, and where is the coast?
But it used to be here. This is where Neverwinter's supposed to be.
I don't understand. How can that be? There's a giant mountain there.
Now, am I talking out of my ass, Ken, or are you letting that be? Can I roll like a check?
You are sure. Yeah, go give me another roll.
Survival again?
Sure.
How about a 9?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This is where Neverwinter should be. I mean, just another day ahead. It should be right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I think.
All right, well, that's very confusing and strange, because obviously there's no Neverwinter there.
Well, that's because we're not in the right damn place.
I'm so confused.
I know the place that we go to that's called Neverwinter. I've been there before. I can't go in the temple that in Neverwinter. I want to go get my saddle that must be built by now because it's been. How long has it been again?
I don't really know.
Ken, how long has it been?
You don't know.
A few years.
Has it been that long?
At least 2.
Oh shit. Okay.
I think. Ken and I had a conversation about that once, and I don't remember exactly what was said. But like when we took our break, time passed in between. When we ended Phandalin and started on the war, basically.
Okay.
So yeah. He says something like a year and a half.
Okay.
So he
What-
settles
oh.
down, unless there's any more questions.
No, she's ready to do her watch and look around to see if there's any animals around this joint. Maybe a little bit out, while she's watching.
Give me investigate.
Yep, coming up. Sorry. A little bit of investigation is not very high. It's a 4. I'm coming out of the gate strong with her.
You do see a stick that you think was a snake,
Yeah.
but it turned out to be a stick.
Yeah. I'm trying to make things happen for her, but she's rolling like crap right now.
It's a very robust stick, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can I turn it into a bow?
No.
Is there any sticks like that out here? Nah, I don't see anything. I'm stupid.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. So, interest of time, the night passes uneventfully. You can do anything that you'd like during that time, during your time awake.
Huckovus is probably going to spend the time meditating. Oh, no, he can't. He's on watch. Huckovus is on watch. There you go.
Well, which means he could well be meditating for all. It is Huckovus, after all.
Right. Basically, he was just going to study his rattle some.
All right. Okay. You don't see anything beyond what you already have seen at this point.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You do. You can turn the head of the rattle on the gear if you so choose.
Ooh.
It turns both ways.
That's interesting. Which way did it turn the last time? Counter or clock?
It turned. Well, that all depends on what direction you're looking at it from now, doesn't it?
Holding it as if it's a rattle fist and it's upwards towards my face.
If you're holding it much like a lollipop,
Yes.
then it was rotating to the right,
You're right.
which I guess if you look at it from the top, that would be clockwise.
Clockwise. Thank you. Very good. He's going to shrug and turn it counterclockwise.
All right. Turn it a bit and it flips.
I can't hear you over the microwave.
You turn it a bit and it clicks.
And
That's it.
that's all that happens.
Yep.
Okay.
What more would you like to happen?
Uh,
You could have something else happen if you really want.
Doop. That's pretty good, actually. I was. Okay, so there's that. He's puzzled and thinks he needs to see an expert.
All right. Do you like to do anything interesting, Mort?
Just keep watch. Recover
Okay.
hit points.
Just being a responsible party member. Gotcha. Very good.
Maybe go hide in a tree.
All right. Oh, taking over Orion's job.
I don't know that I'd actually be able to get all the way up. I'd just try and climb like a sapling.
Roll me in acrobatics.
Of course.
That shouldn't be a problem, too.
Acrobatics, that's a 16.
Oh yeah, you can make it as high as you'd like.
All the way to the top, so like 10, 12 feet up.
All right. Once you get above about 8 feet, I mean, the trees that you can find here are pretty scrubby anyhow. But anything once you get up about 8 feet, it's still safe, but it's really dry and very just not very healthy looking.
Oh, the tree. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep that in mind until it's light out, and then I'll just.
I mean, it doesn't seem dangerous. You don't think it'd break or anything, but it just,
Right. And I'm just going to want to check all the other trees and see if it's just this one, if it's all of them are like that. If that's
They're all pretty similar. Like I said, the ground looks, not very healthy, but the further up you go, the worse it gets.
Is there any new growth or anything on any of the trees, or is it all look
It all looks pretty.
like you're in the twilight of it
Yeah.
growing pattern?
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is quite like the 180-degree contrast to where you've been the last couple of days. The last day, I guess.
Before we saw the huge dome thing.
Oh, and from the time you left the dome until the time you walked, up till Huck and Rosebud saw begin to see the difference in the foliage.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll fly back down and.
Okay. So other than those few things, the night passes otherwise uneventfully. You are greeted with a pink sky as the sun comes up, and then once the sunrise happens. It becomes more normal, a little more gray, but not horribly so.
Well, I presume we get up and make our stretches, put out our campfire, and head on our way?
Where are you going?
That's a good question. Definitely, like, hey, would we have seen you coming down from the tree?
Not unless you're up in the middle of the night.
Can't hear you.
Not unless you're up in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay. It's not like you were up there at dawn hanging out.
No, while I was on my watch, the middle watch.
Oh, I was on the last watch. Of course not. All right.
Right. So yeah, I would have just gotten bored of just standing around by the fire. So I would have gone, climbed up a tree,
Right.
seen a huge giant wolf spider that said nothing.
You
Perfect.
nice. I just got that. That's lovely. Okay, so once we arrive, Huckaber says, "All right, so it looks as if we have three choices, possibly four. We could go that way." And he points one direction, the spine goes down. He says we could go that way. And he points to another direction, the spine's going down. Or, and this is my least favorite, we could go that way. He points to the mountains. What do you
I
guys
say
think?
we go. I say we go away from the mountains.
What's wrong with the mountain?
Going directly away from the mountains would be towards
Where we
back
came from.
towards- Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Well, I'd
Let's
rather
just
be in the
talk
woods.
about extra planar travel.
And it is woods behind me. Was that correct? Woods.
I'm sorry.
It's woods behind that we were walking through before, right?
Correct.
Like half hour back. You
Wilderness.
get back into the woods. Yeah.
I'd rather
That's-
go towards the woods.
We can go back into the Feywild.
Maybe if we just keep walking that direction, it'll turn back to what we were before.
Do you think we should go back to the Feywild?
I think we should go back to where this thing is green. That's where
Right.
we all know.
What do you want to do?
I'm not sure exactly where we are. So okay. So we were in our, I guess, our home plane. We were taken away by the Lady Machina.
That's right.
We started
Yep.
walking away, and did we go to a different plane while we were walking?
I think that's the case.
Okay. So I don't know that we could. I don't know that going back would do anything unless we can find Lady Machina to send us back again. Unless you know of any other deity you can talk with.
Oh, I can think of one more, but I doubt she's listening.
I mean, I don't know of any other ways to travel in planes. If either of you guys do, that'd be great. Otherwise, the only thing I could think to do would be to try praying, I guess. I mean,
It's not super common, but we've done it several times. Mostly between our plane and the Feywild. And what I'm wondering is in our wandering, if we wandered into another plane entirely.
I mean, you're the magic user. I would defer to you on that. I mean, this is all way over my head.
Yeah, see, that's part of the problem. Everybody thinks, oh, how come you're such a sorcerer? You know magic left and forth. Yeah, I really don't. It's just something I do. Not like a wizard that I've studied for years. You know? And like Sophie, you never met her. She was like a, you didn't meet Sophie. She was like a, no, you didn't meet Sophie. She was like a, she was a warlock, so her patron, who is the fella I was talking about, she got all her powers from him, but You know, that doesn't mean she understood it all. Yeah, by the way, I was talking to probably some sort of evil being yesterday. It was very unhappy with what we accomplished, but it did say if we wanted to go work for him, we could.
Who?
I don't want to say his name aloud.
Why?
He might be listening for it.
Well, what did he say he wanted?
Oh, he didn't say what he wanted. He said he could help us if we asked.
Well, let's go back to Neverwinter, man.
Right. Which way is Neverwinter?
I don't think it's here.
I think it's through that god, or through that patron.
9. We won't be restarting that conversation.
You think that's a 9? Why is it always no with you?
Well, some things are very much yes. Listen, I wanted to destroy the world before you showed up. But Derek took it away from me. He tried to stop the world.
I think he got sucked up into that shield, from what I noticed.
Noise stop? Thank you. God, that was brutal. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So, show of hands, who wants to go back to the Feywild?
No, I want to go back to Neverwinter.
Right, is Neverwinter going to be an option later on? Because I'll hold my vote for that.
I don't know. As I said, Huckleberry is no master of extraplanar. Alright. Look, let me try one more thing, then we can continue this conversation. And he's going to walk away from the party, not a long ways, just 20, 30 feet. And he's going to sit down and close his eyes and meditate and think of Mara.
Okay. You think of Mara.
That's what I'm doing, trying to reach out to her, see if she's listening.
Oh. No. Well, she's not answering.
Fair enough. That's kind of what I expected. So you guys.
Whoa, hang on. Roll me a charisma save.
Oh boy.
That's
that
really
should
good
go
for you,
well.
huh?
Yeah, that should go well. Don't fail me, Yella. Yella fails me. I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
You're kind of reaching out for Mara, and
Yeah.
you get kind of that, I don't know, let's call it static on the line.
Mm-hmm.
It's all quiet, and then something is there, and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So Morton, Rosebud, y'all have like 20 minutes, half hour if you want to do anything while I'm doing this.
Wait, what are you doing?
I walked away from you about 20 feet. I'm sitting on the ground, shaking my rattle, meditating.
Oh. I am,
Looking for wolf spiders.
looking for nothing. Just sitting there on what I think is a tree branch that broke over and leaning on another side of a tree.
Yep.
Looks very much like a tree.
Yep. Mort?
And I just wait.
You've known him longer than I have, Rosebud. Does he do this often?
Nope.
About 10 minutes in, he begins to convulse.
All right, she'll
I'll
jump
make my
down.
way over towards him.
Yeah, she'll jump down quick.
Yep.
For her little 25 speed dives.
Just as you get there and you're getting ready to figure it out, he seems to stop.
I'll just sit in front, a little off to the side, and just kind of sit and stare.
All right. You stare for you're staring there for just a couple seconds, and then poof, a bonfire appears off to the side.
Right. And everybody sees that?
Mort, and you see it, yes.
Okay. What in the hell is that, Mart?
Another one pops up.
And they're popping up from where?
They're just like the one that popped up last night.
Right.
Yeah.
All of this.
There ends up being about 6 of them, and they're just kind of scattered randomly, I suppose.
How far is the closest one from us?
12 feet.
And it's 5 feet by 5 feet?
What size are they, Carl?
That's it.
So they're like the size of a square is what I was thinking in my head. All right, so what's going on here?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before.
What?
And does the fire look the same? It's just normal fire. Just
Yep.
And I look back and I go, Hawk? Hawkavish.
No response.
You just hear the rattling away.
And I can see you sitting there. Still, right?
Okay.
No, is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not being invasive. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to your question, sir. I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm going to give you a second to think. I have to step away for just like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I would
I
like
could
to
use
spend.
you this time. See you in a sec.
All right, same here.
Ha ha!
you don't say.
First, well, I guess you didn't leave, so I'm not the. Well, I am the first one back. But
Well, okay, yeah, that's fair.
I like cheese curds.
And they're basically like bite-sized cheese sticks, right? Or like mozzarella
Yeah.
sticks on them.
Yeah, essentially, it's cheddar. More like cheddar than mozzarella, but yeah, same idea.
Oh yeah, it seems like I've had them before, but I mean they're great, but it was just fast food, junk food.
Yeah, it's a little better than junk food, but
Well, the ones I had were at a
Ah,
A&W.
we're on the level. I got you.
Right. They were not remotely gourmet or anything approaching um, quality.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Kroger sells a bag of them that's pretty good quality.
Right. Yeah, the ones I had were just, fried cheese. So it wasn't not the best fried cheese, but it was still fried cheese. So it wasn't bad.
Well, that's not what a cheese curd is. Cheese curd is it's kind of a byproduct of making cheese, and it's the cheese that gets a little thicker, and then you add more milk to it, and boom, you have a cheese curd.
Well,
Am I sure of that? No, I'm not.
right. I think that's right. I think what I've had that's been marketed as cheese curds are not necessarily that.
Understood.
Let me see if I can.
This conversation is riveting the audience.
As though we haven't already driven them away.
As though we ever had one.
Well, I mean, I'm already here.
Right.
I guess Royce might still watch.
Don't know. Haven't talked to the kid in a long time.
Andrew might be catching up at some point.
I know Mavis did for a while. I don't know if she still does.
Probably not. She watches all of our texting now.
So what's what?
All of our chats that we're having in a
Oh yeah. On the
And,
Facebook. Sure.
on the Facebook channel.
She never
On
left the
Facebook.
group.
Well, she keeps up with looking at the page.
I do things like that convulsively because if I don't look at it, I'll constantly have a little 1 on my phone, and those drive me crazy. Those little bubbles.
Oh yes, I also have a load for them. Bit of a loathing.
I mean, I think all right-thinking individuals do hate to have like pending notifications. But yeah, I know people who have like thousands of unread messages in their inboxes, and I don't understand
Yeah.
how they can.
Drives me crazy.
Oh, I have that, but it doesn't show up as a bubble.
Oh, you have it turned off.
Yep.
That's
But
why.
I have probably 16, 20,000 messages in my inbox right now. I'll go through one day and look at the stuff that's the very front, 'cause that's what I've saved over time, and there you go, everything else will go away.
Oh, in my Gmail account, I never delete anything. But once you read it, it doesn't show up as a bubble.
Oh, lovely.
That makes sense?
Yep.
Even if you don't read it. Yeah. I should turn that off. That would
How do you
probably-
like the picture of Rosebud? Doesn't that look like what your thought process of her was? If you click on my screen.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a little blurry, but
A little blurry.
that could. Yeah, it could be me, not you.
Oh, because it's perfectly clear for me. What about you, Andy?
Well, yeah. So for me, it takes a second to clear up whenever your one talk comes up on the screen. It takes a second to turn clear.
Uh-huh.
But that's just down to connection speed, that sort of thing.
Yeah, in
Probably.
fact, I stepped away, and when I looked back, it had done exactly what Andy was saying.
Oh, lovely.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. So, where were we?
In the midst of raging bonfires.
That's right.
Right, Huckleberry's still meditating.
Worst meditation ever.
It depends on what you're trying to accomplish, I suppose.
Inter-
What would the two of you that are sentient like to do?
you think we should wake him up? Rosebud?
Yep. Why not?
Okay. All right.
But you're gonna wake him up.
The old Rosebud would have gone and gotten water and thrown it on him.
Yeah.
This is a new Rosebud, new and improved.
We keep hearing.
the kinder, gentler Rosebud. I'll just go up and nudge Huckabus' shoulder.
All right, Huckabus.
Yeah.
The static clears, and you begin to see a shadowy form coalesce, and suddenly you're shocked out of your trance by someone shaking you.
What's that? What? What's going on? What?
That's what we wanted to know. What are all these fires here for?
And he looks around and he's like, fires are fun. And he puts another one out there. Listen, I was just beginning to make contact when you took me.
So are these bonfires normal? I know for you when you're awake, but when you meditate?
Is anything normal, Lord? I don't know the answers.
I want to go back to Neverwinter.
I know you keep telling me that they are.
How long do you need to meditate? How long should we leave you alone for?
I think that I'm probably at my meditation ends, at least for a while. So I'm back to, I don't have a solution. We can go on, or we can go back to the Feywild. Those are our choices.
Let's go back to the Feywild.
Well, but I know from experience that from the Feywild, it is possible to get to Neverwinter. I believe I once went from the Feywild past Sundertree and then on to Neverwinter. So, let's go back that way.
Yeah. See, you've been holding out on us there, Huck.
How's that?
You knew this Thunder Tree. I forgot about Thunder Tree. I've been to Thunder Tree before.
I'm not holding out on you. What are you talking about?
Well, how did we not know that we had to go that way? Why are we even here?
Oh, no, you don't understand. You see, where we were in the Feywild, where the dome was, I don't know how that happened. You're the one that said Neverwinter is this way, so we followed you.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point.
Yeah, very nice point, too. He kind of points his fingers and whatever. And with emotion, all the bonfires go out. Control flames. And says, what do you suggest? Are we going back to the Neverwinter?
Huckabus.
Yes.
They do go out, but it's not as easy as it normally is. It's like they're resisting, except for the one that you popped up. That one's fine, but the others are. It's almost like they're resisting your
I got you.
to put them out. But they do go out. Yes.
All right. If either Mort or Rosebud are looking closely, Huck seems a little shaken. Maybe large looks of trepidation on his face, but he does say, "Yeah. So do we wish to go on to the Feywild? It's this way. At least I think it's this way."
So Mort will look over at Rosebud. You're good with the outdoors, right? Do you know the way to the Feywild? Rosebud, can you?
I haven't been to the Feywild very many times, Mort. I'm gonna be honest.
It's just the one since you died there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
that's mandatory.
I'm not a huge fan. That's why I was kind of resistant.
Okay, I thought you were one of those outdoorsy nature types that couldn't get lost in the forest, but
I don't like the Feywild.
all right, Huck, can you lead the way, Huck?
What's that?
Can you show? Do you remember which way the Feywild was?
Oh, well, we walked from this direction, and he's pointing towards the deeper trees. As to us, that's how we'll get back to the Feywild. Your guess is as good as mine.
Hey, what color's the blade here, Ken?
Well, you haven't moved, so it's dark
Oh.
charcoal.
I thought we were getting out of here.
I mean, you are, but you haven't yet, have you? I thought you were discussing which way to go.
No, I'm- Yeah, I'm following Huck.
Oh, but I mean, you just started moving, right? You haven't been just kind of wandering at random, have you?
Oh, I guess not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All these things. Except
All those
Huckabus,
things stacked up.
except Huckabus lets Rosebud go in front of him.
Okay.
You kind of point and say, lead us that way.
Yeah. Ranger, it's kind of your job.
Come on. Let's go.
Yeah. Come what?
I already started walking off.
Oh.
Got dithering around.
So Mort's actually leading.
Yeah, so after you pointed the direction, I was like, all right, fine. If no one's going to go, then I'll just, come on. And I took off.
All right.
All right. Do you wish to maintain the lead once you see that they're following, or you want to kind of let them slide past you?
I'll slow down a little bit if they want to go past me, then that's fine. Otherwise, I can stay in the lead.
All right. So that's your call, Rosebud.
I let him walk.
Yeah, as you do that, Huckabus mutters under his breath, first thing we do in Neverland is get ourselves some ponies.
Get some what?
Ponies!
Ponies. Got it. Where are your horses? Y'all used to have horses.
I have no idea. They're probably in Neverwinter if they weren't eaten by a demon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so Moore would have slowed down a little bit. When he didn't get passed out, he would have picked up the pace to a normal walking
Okay.
speed. Not kind of slow.
all right. I want Mort. I want you to make me a survival check with disadvantage.
That's a 9.
Okay. All right. So you lead on for let's call it an hour, and you're definitely inside the woods again, but they're still gnarled and just unhealthy looking.
Same as the tree that I climbed up in last night.
Yeah, but pretty much the whole this you can see it's obviously a huge forest, and it
Right.
It all appears that way. Some of them do. Some of these in here, however, do have like kind of a medium gray fruit hanging from it. If anyone
I'm guessing we have these.
peckish.
Huckabus is going to pick one.
All right.
As a reminder, Huckabus is wearing gloves.
Okay.
Huckabus is going to kind of, not close to his face, but smell at it a little bit.
It probably smells exactly like you think gray fruit would smell.
Like dead?
Not necessarily dead, but bitter and kind of pungent.
Huckabus, at this point, stops the party and says, by the time we've walked this far, we were back in the field.
Okay.
I don't think this is working out the way we hoped it would.
What's the color of the blade now, Ken? Still gray?
Yes.
Ugh. Yeah, we didn't go anywhere, buddy.
Yes, we did. We walked into a scary dead forest. We have gone somewhere. I think I'm going to try something, though. You want me to try something?
Sure.
It's always good when Huckabus tries things.
I know. Huckabus slowly walks forward the direction we were going. It says, follow me. He's walking.
Deeper into the forest?
Yes, but he's walking at a very slow pace.
Okay.
And he looks at his baby rattle,
Yeah.
sighs deeply, and turns it clockwise. No, turns it counterclockwise.
Wittershins, eh? All right. It turns about a sixth of a turn and kind of clicks into place.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Continues to walk forward, observing.
All right. So Huck is now leading, Mort is second, and Rosebud is bringing up the rear.
Yes.
Okay.
Again, going slowly and watching as closely as he can.
Make me a survival roll, Huck, at disadvantage, please.
$12. 10 plus 2.
All right. You're walking slowly, and from just out of the blue, like a stiff breeze comes along, and it blows some dead leaves off of the ground in front of you, revealing a black stone slab with a ring in it.
Describe said ring.
Much like a trapdoor.
Oh, like a big metal ring.
Yep.
Not like a ring I'd put on my finger.
No.
Or something that a telephone does.
You could take this ring off and put it on your horn if you'd like.
No, might consider it later. He's going to get down and put his ear up against that slab and listen. And as he's getting closer, he's looking to see if there's any evidence of writing on it as well.
Okay. Give me whatever that roll is. Perception. Invest. You know what I'm talking about.
Either that or investigation.
Yeah, it's the same. Actually, I'm going to do perception and 20 not natural.
Okay, and now give me an investigation.
That's going to be great, I'm sure. 11.
All right. You neither hear anything nor do you see any writing on the.
Right. Okay. I assume by now the party is caught up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And Tucker says, "Well, what do you make of this?"
Looks kind of
Yeah, it looks like a door you want to open to get the hell out of here.
Well, do you think that will take us out, or just get us into more of a mess?
Who knows? Who cares at this point? It's better than being in this dreary ass place.
It is rather dreary. Tell me something quickly, Zoe. Is my circlet a different color? And he points to his horn where the circlet is.
I've never seen it before.
What?
I assume it's a dark black color.
Yeah, you're correct.
The sort of green flame that had been there is.
I mean, there's a little bit of green to it, but it's a really, really dark green.
Yeah, it's not the color it normally is. Like.
Oh, dear. Well, do you guys want to go see what happens if we pull this ring up?
Well, yeah. And she goes over and tries to pull the ring up.
Okay. It opens with not a lot of effort. You can see about the first three steps of some number of stairs, and then it is pitch black below.
Now, when you say pitch black, people with dark vision can't see through it, right?
That is correct.
That's the idea of it. That's the definition of pitch black, I suppose. How come us muchers? I think that somebody might have cast a darkness spell there, or perhaps that's a portal to another dimension through. Plane.
I wouldn't know the difference. Get away with dimension.
So is it just a straight drop down?
You see it like 2 or 3 steps.
Okay, so it's sort of like a console almost.
It's like a stairway leading down, at least for 3 steps.
Are there any like pebbles or rock or anything I can grab?
Sure.
Can I toss it down the steps, see if I can hear it echoing down?
Yeah, it goes down for a ways. Clang, clink, 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 clink.
Okay.
We hear the beating of orc drums, and
Exactly. You fool!
right.
Shut the door! Shut the door!
Does anybody-
Right. They brought a world troll.
Right.
Cave troll.
Yeah, cave troll.
So anyhow,
Right. Anybody want to explore this strange place?
Might as well, I guess. Cast a bonfire or something? Like, you light it up?
Oh, sure. He does so. He casts a bonfire just past where the stairs are.
and you see nothing.
That's kind of what I expected. Looks back at Morton and says, well, that was worth a try.
Try
He
what?
casts another one right on this side of the darkness.
You can see it. It lights this side of the darkness a bit.
Right. No details on walls. It doesn't, like, reveal anything.
I mean, yeah, they're just fairly smooth black walls.
Gee, do they appear metal?
No,
Okay. Wise ass.
that's a good, valid question, actually.
Huckleberry shrugs and says, shall we just go on down?
I guess.
And Rosebud is already walking past it.
Thank God.
All right. So, what are you having in your hands, Rosebud?
Pain.
Okay. And your other hand?
Well, joy, of course.
Okay. So Rosebud gets on the first step, then the second step, third step. Where is everyone else?
Now I'm
Well,
going
once-
to do that, like each for the next step thing.
What were you doing?
You know how like when it's dark, and you're walking down the stairs and it's dark in one part, and you can't see the stairs very good. I'm gonna inch for the step to go down and catch the next step.
Sure. You can see the first three steps. You can see these. You haven't gotten to the part. You can't see. That'll be the next step.
Past him. Huckleberry
That's
just
what I'm
puts
saying.
the bonfire out so she doesn't walk into the bonfire.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
And once he sees her going, he's going to maybe, like, when she gets to the bottom, he's going to step down also and maybe go most of the way. He's going to wait to see what happens.
So she's on the third step. What, if any, step are you on, Huckleberry?
Right behind her.
0, 1, 2,
Right
3. So
behind.
you're on step 2. More?
Mort will take out his rapier
Yep.
and will stay on step 0, just so he's not crowding people too closely. But as they go down, he'll follow them.
Very good. What do you have in your hands, Huck?
Rattle.
Okay. All right. So you feel around for the fourth step and you find it beneath your feet. And as you step on it, pain extends light about about a 5 foot diameter. So you can kind of dimly see. And you can see there's another step beneath.
So I'm gonna put my hand down near where the steps are. So how many stairs can I see? Just a couple, like 2 or 3 stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna realize that I'm Rosebud and kind of keep my hand kind of low like that, and keep a look and move down the stairs.
All right. You go downstairs for a minute,
A minute.
2 minutes, 3 minutes,
Holy shit.
4 minutes.
I turn around after a little bit and put up the the knife. Did anybody follow me?
You do what with the knife?
Yeah, I turn around to see if there's anybody behind me.
I do believe everybody's. You can see Huck,
Uh huh.
and you're not sure if Mort's back there or not. He's
He's got a little.
outside of the radius of your light.
Can Huck try
Hey.
2 things as we go down?
Can he what?
Try 2 things as we're going down.
Absolutely.
One, he's going to pull the magic torch out, see if that makes a difference.
It expands about another 5 feet. So you
Nice.
We have 10 feet of vision.
yeah, and now you can see Mort at the back of that radius from time to time.
Right. With his other pocket, his rattle, and he's going to reach into his pack and fish around. And he's going to pull out a wand to detect magic, and he's going to point it into
Okay.
the darkness.
All right. Nothing.
He goes to shake it and does that thing where you listen to it. To see
Well,
if
I take it back. No, not nothing. Nothing from the darkness. You see all the things that you know to be magic.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we continue on, he puts that away and gets his bauble back out in his hand.
All right. So, at what point did you want to stop, Rosebud?
So we can just infinitely walk for. I will go 15.
Okay. After about 4 minutes, it levels out.
It levels out. Okay. And what does it level out to? Just a.
It's about a 15-foot wide room. It goes at least 10 feet back.
I can't see anything past 5. Actually, past 10 feet. So we can see 5 feet before, and then we doubled it with a torch. So
Yep.
so we can almost see most of the room.
You have no idea how deep the room is. You can
Okay.
pretty much,
Yeah.
with a little movement, you can see each side of where the two walls,
Of the walls.
are. Yeah.
So what's-
You don't see the back.
What do I see that is around me in the front of this room? Anything? Is it just open?
On the walls seem to be shelves.
Shelves.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anything on those shelves?
You want to get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to look around.
All right, you want to go to the right or to the left?
I'm going left.
I'll go with her.
All right.
What are you doing, Mort?
Following along.
Follow along.
All right. So you go to the left, and you get closer to the shelves, and you see probably 20 vials of various sizes, just coated in dust.
Are they sealed?
They appear to be stoppered, yes.
Okay.
So,
Um,
well, you were vague. Didn't happen to study alchemy, did you?
No, buddy. It's okay. Well, there's nothing really over here, or not for me at least. I'd like to walk the other way.
Yeah, let's do so.
All right. On the other one are a number of books, and there are some ornate scroll cases.
Are there anything in the scroll cases?
You would have to pick them up and open them.
Well, I would like to look to see what's at the end of this tunnel first, and then I'll maybe touch them.
Huckamus reaches over and grabs the
Hey!
scroll case,
Hey,
looks at it.
buddy!
The role reversal.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm remembering younger times when we had fun doing this.
There is writing on the outside of the scroll case.
Can I read it?
Is property of the war mages of the property of the Netherese war mages.
The
Netherese?
War Mages.
Yep.
Huckabus looks at it, kind of stares at it for a minute, and says, anybody ever heard of these Netherese mages? War mages?
Is knowledge history a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll that. That's a 16 plus 1. 17.
I got
A 1?
it. 4 plus 1 is 5.
Oh, nice.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 10.
Okay. So Rosebud, you actually think that you heard your father maybe mention the Netherese a time or two?
Yeah.
You don't know a lot of detail, but they, if you recall correctly, they were a nation thousands of years ago, and they were very powerful mages. Yep. Well, they were powerful in everything, but they certainly, but at the same time, their power may have come at a cost.
Do you relay all
Right,
this?
so now, yeah, but now, can I read it? I know Elvish, Dwarvish, and Gnomish. In
No,
common.
you cannot.
I cannot. Okay.
The script is kind of similar to Elvish,
Mhm.
clearly related in some way, but you can't make out.
Yeah. I look at it and I say, what does all this say? Is there a big guy? You can read that?
Yeah, that's property of the Wizards Guild, the Mages.
Yeah, that's okay. That's right there. Now, what about and that's what it says on the outside. Now, is there an end on it, right? Is it opened?
It has a closed end. You could.
Closed in.
It's obvious how to open it, though.
But yes, I shared the information with you guys, and I go, do you think this might be one of their hide holes? She's gonna walk a little bit to the left, so that would be just straight into the middle of the room, but towards the wall where we can't see.
Huckabee says, I think the suggestion is a valid one. Let's explore the rest before we go mucking around with things we don't know.
Yeah.
So Huck is going to put down the scroll case and follow Rosebud.
You're going to put it back where you found it?
Exactly where. He's going to really strike. Because was everything covered with thick dust over here as well?
Yes, yes.
All right, so he's going to try and line it right back up in that square.
Okie doke. Not a problem. Okay, so
And we're moving forward.
you go further back into the room?
Yeah.
All right. At the back of the room, you see a door. It's fairly plain door. You did see there were some other bits of furniture in the room. There's a couple of tables and some chairs.
No weapons, though.
No weapons, no.
Anything on the tables?
There were a couple of books, again covered in dust. It looks kind of like you typically you'd see this in any old regular library kind of situation or a study kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Huckabee is going to glance at titles as he walks past them. If he
All
can.
It varies from alchemy, several on alchemy, several on magical creatures. There are some, kind of stops for a second and sees that there seems to be a small section on planar travel. There are some, what you can guess are probably history.
So these are the books that are on the wall? Or the books that are on the
I assume you're, well, mostly on the wall.
That's fine. I was just clarifying. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we walked enough of the room now that we know that we think that we're alone here?
You seem to be alone, yes.
Okay, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Thank you.
You're suddenly attacked by a Tiffany lantern.
That's so good.
Huckleberry is going to say maybe we should do a little investigating here before we try that door. And he's going to walk back towards the spell case.
Okay. You guys find out that if you separate the torch and Pain, you can cover most of the room. You see most of the room.
Oh,
somewhat.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
He's gonna prop Pain maybe up on one of those tables.
Or you mean your?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Torch, 'cause I have Pain.
Sorry, meant the magic torch. And is the magic torch color changed?
I'm sorry. What?
The torch color, has it changed again, or is it still gray?
It's actually green.
No way.
What?
Purple.
So
Yeah.
So Pain is
Wait,
green.
is Pain green?
Pain is green. Yes.
I'm gonna open a door.
First, are you gonna jab Pain into one of the bookshelves?
No, I'm not gonna do that. Thank you.
I mean, that's a pattern that I've noticed.
Yeah, it's that was a one-time, one-and-done type deal thing.
But it keeps coming round.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
All right. Okay.
Huck is over,
What
opening a door.
were you doing beforehand, Huck?
I was walking over to open the case.
All right. You get over to the case.
I put the torch.
Mort,
I put the torch.
you put the torch? Got it. Mort, what were you doing?
Was there anything at like Huckleberry's knee level on any of those shelves that would have fair investigation?
I mean, I was describing, top to bottom, so it was the same general stuff. I mean, you could either you could look at one of the vials, or you could look at one of the books. So you cannot read the titles.
I will. Yeah, seeing that the books aren't in the language I understand, I'll go and check out the vials just to see if
Okay.
there's anything I can tell about them.
All right. So, Mort, you go over to one of the vials that's on a more appropriate height. Kind of wipe it off, and you see that the vial's actually clear, and inside there is a silver substance flowing around inside the vial, similar to maybe a lava lamp, but it doesn't seem to be in a liquid like a lava lamp is. But it's kind of silver, and it's just kind of moving about. At the same time, Huck, you open the scroll case.
Yep.
And pull out the scroll, I presume.
Yeah, sure.
All right. You get the scroll out, and as you start to unroll it, you realize that the paper that it's written on is pitch black. You want to continue opening it?
I think so.
You get it open, and you're taken aback. It's covered in silver runes that are constantly writhing across the page, and you cannot read them.
Wow.
It's been a long time since that happened.
Yeah.
Just as you see that,
Yeah.
Rosebud realizes it comes to her that things have turned the right color, and she opens the door, and that's where we'll stop.
Ah.
What?
Oh well. Okay.
Just sad to be done.
Actually, I have a couple things I need to do before 10, so.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I have.
All right. Anybody want to say anything other than goodbye, Andy, before we sign
Bye,
off?
Andy.
Good night, Andy.
Not Andrew.
That's what I meant, Andrew. Bye.